Hi, welcome to the Market Alert for Wednesday, the 20th of May 2026. So, dip buyers rescue stocks from bloodbath ahead of the Nvidia earnings, oil up, gold down, and ODDTE traders putting lipstick on pigs as the bond bulls bail. So interesting there for that headline. US stocks were pressured amid higher yields and geopolitical headwinds. And economic news for today, what have we got? It's Wednesday, so we've got CPI for the UK coming in forecast lower with the way prices have gone up recently. That's an interesting one. Monetary policy report, hearings and FOMC meeting minutes at 7 p.m. Not a major one. That's going to be next month. It's each quarter. Right, let's have a look at the markets, see what they did yesterday, and kick off with the Dow. So in the Dow yesterday, we got a bit of buying support coming in. There's a bit of demand there with the olive-coloured bar. Market sideways overnight, but also when you step back and have a look, it's stuck in a sideways range. It's a classic pattern for May. 30-minute chart, very choppy, but in a sort of a downward trajectory there. As you can see, they're channeling down. Overnight, the market testing yesterday's low and again finding demand before trying to move off this as well. So a bit of a shakeout going on there as well. Let's have a look at the German DAX. And in the German DAX daily, this too is sort of stuck in a sideways range. Sort of put its head above the parapet resistance there for a couple of days, well, just for the one day, and then went back into the sideways move. 30-minute chart, we moved up, we traded sideways, and then we let rip to the downside yesterday afternoon. And overnight, the market also trading at yesterday's low, but finding a bit of buying coming into the market and trying to move back to the upside there as well. In the S&P, market showing a lot of volume for the last 3 days and increasing as well. So there's a lot of pressure there. It'll be interesting to see what the Nvidia earnings are and the impact that they have on the S&P. 30-minute chart, we moved higher yesterday morning, then it was down, apart from a bit of sideways at lunchtime. But as soon as the Dow futures, the S&P futures came on stream, and then the cash market prices down, bit of a dead cat bounce, and then down we went as well. In this market, down towards the low, bit of demand coming into the market to support prices. FT obviously waiting for these numbers this morning at 7 a.m. for the CPI release. And again, you can see the market sideways there in the bigger picture. And the 30-minute charts up initially and then trading down to the S1, so below the low. So a bit of weakness around there for the FT 100. And in the Nasdaq, this is the 3 days there. The market's been below the 5-bar moving average. That's the magenta line. The all-time high is still there at 29,673. 30-minute chart, we were up, a very similar picture there to the S&P. Bit of a rally back, but stuck in a sideways range. Nowhere near yesterday's low, though, for this market, showing quite a bit of strength. Again, this market waiting for those Nvidia numbers that are going to be released later today. Let's have a look at the US dollar. And in the US dollar, we've moved higher this last week, well, sort of midweek of last week, and now sideways too. So everything's sideways at the moment. Silver down at 82.11 in the Far East. Shanghai just showing a premium there of $8.58, and the gold silver ratio, having moved up sharply since Friday, is now starting to get into a sideways move there as well. And pressure in the US COMEX stress index is sitting at 42. So again, pressure's off at the moment. Let's have a look at the metals. And starting in silver, you can see there where the market's been hammered lower. Expect lower prices as well, down to the 200 MA for this market. And there again yesterday, you can see, can't you, the manipulation of the silver price, and there as well. Overnight, there's been some support coming into the market though, and again coming off the lows. Seems to be a pattern of the markets coming off the lows or previous days' lows, how it seems to lend support. But overall the picture, I'm afraid, is down, is not closing back above the previous day's high, certainly not for the last few days, which is indicative of the market remaining on the short side. In gold, it too has come under pressure. We're actually below the 200 MA at the moment. That's not good. So it needs to rally back off this. And again, you can see the market wanting to come off the lows, and also the buying there and the demand coming into the market for it. Yesterday, you see the slam at lunchtime by the LBMA. It was sideways and very happy until they came in and set the price there. Let's have a quick look at yesterday's trades. So in the early part of the session, the market just moved to the upside. It was there was no stopping it. It just continued to move higher, and then eventually running out of steam, and then getting stuck into a 100-point range, as you can see there, and then narrowing, still another 100-point range there, and then coming down towards a 50-point range before bouncing off. Then again, just before, when the futures opened in the US, the market down, and then very quiet. Then we got stuck in a range waiting for news. 3 trades there, as the third one played out back to the 50 EMA, where the market had already found resistance, and then moving down through the high, through the close, and then stuck in another sideways range as the market tried to bounce there, but again, not for long, as prices started to move back to the downside. Let's have a look, see where we are overnight. And in the 2-minute chart, we're stuck in a range, as you'll see there, and again, coming off the lows earlier on in the night. Overnight, they're on the electronic session at the moment near the close, but not doing a lot. Very, very quiet there overnight, and quite a distance, as we saw yesterday, from the high, closer to the low. So expect a bounce off the low, and if not, then we can expect to see lower prices there coming into the market. Right, so that's a quick roundup of where we are. We're in May. It's classic sideways and retesting the previous day's lows. That's where we are at the moment. So let's see what these inflation numbers are at 7 a.m. with Rachel from accounts. See a reaction. Starmer's disappeared, hasn't he? He's gone back to the bunker, and he's not going anywhere any day at the moment. That's the sort of man that he is. He's going to hang around. Teflon Tony was bad, but wow, this man is something else on the scale of I'm hanging in there. The hubris, the arrogance and obnoxiousness of the man is something else. Right, on that note, have a great day, and as ever, thanks for watching. See you in the next